Hello, it's Steve Overgard. I'm at 1820 New Lincoln Circle in Hopewell. The owner has concerns about water and moisture in the crawl space. I'm checking the foundation wall. I'm seeing no cracks in the foundation. If there's a crack, it will be in one of the corners or more one of the corners. I'm not seeing anything at all. There is some moisture right here at the back of the house. I believe most of that could be cleared up, but it seems to be a sunshine issue. Okay, this is where the fence is, and you can see there's a little hole that the rod goes down in for the fence, and that there's standing water right there. So the water table in this area is probably very high. All right, and the bottom row is siding is a little loose. All right, I am going into the crawl space, get my little headlamp on here, and first thing I notice here is that is your main water cutoff valve. It is right there by the door, and that is excellent. It's good to see that. So with the pipe, that's on, and against the pipe, crossways, that's off. It is in the on position, and then this is PEX pipe, and that's the best pipe that you can get. It looks like it's in great shape, so good there. There's a light switch here, right here by the crawl door as well. Nothing comes on, but at least the switch is there. The cover's broken, no big deal. And there's an outlet right here too, that's good. And the HVAC is right there, crawling into the crawl space. It feels dry. Now there is a vapor barrier down. It feels like it is 6 mil. I am right here by the crawl door. You'll notice this stuff here, this white stuff, that's effluent. And what happens is when water comes up on the outside of the exterior foundation wall, cinder block is not impervious to water. So water will transit through the block. When it comes out the side, this side on the inside of the crawl space, it will leave behind mineral deposits, much like a crystal. That's what the white stuff is. All right, back here, that looks like that was a foundation repair that was made. I'll go over there and look. So also right here by the crawl door, there's a little circle cut underneath the vapor barrier. I just put my finger down in the water, and you can see it's muddy. So the ground is damp underneath the vapor barrier, but since you have a vapor barrier, that's fine. I'm going around in a counterclockwise direction. I'm back at the back right corner right now. I'm looking at these floor joists right here. They look like they're in great shape. I don't see any mold at all. All right, and I'm back at that crack, and it looks like it was a prior crack, and it looks like it was repaired, and it's not cracked again. Just something to keep an eye on, but looks good right now. Okay, here's something. It's not a huge concern, but I did notice a little bit of standing water here by the back foundation wall. All right, and I'm looking at the ductwork here. The main ductwork is a duct board. It's kind of like styrofoam. It comes flat, then they unpack it, and it makes it into a rectangular duct, and it's well insulated. And then off of that, you have the flexible duct. That is typical for a house of this age. Right, and I'm kind of in the center of the back right now, working my way around. I'm seeing the same thing that I saw in the front. I'm seeing the floor joists are in great shape. The insulation looks good. Haven't seen any major problems so far. All right, we talked about this foundation cracks earlier. I see one here. And so it starts down here. It's very small. And it goes through the block. Then it goes through the mortar joint. Then it goes through the block. And then it goes through the mortar joint. Typically what we see is a stair-step pattern like that. And it'll follow the mortar joint. With this is a little bit more concerning because it's cracked the block. And because the crack at the ground level is smaller, that means that this corner here is falling a little bit. It hasn't fallen much. I don't think it's a structural concern. It might be something that you might want to just keep an eye on. And we will probably find another crack over here when we get over there. Okay, so what I'm seeing right here, I'm in the back left corner. It looks like there had been standing water here by the mineral deposits. I would say that. I wouldn't be surprised if from time to time this corner here didn't have standing water. The ground underneath is kind of sandy. It's a little bit damp, and that is typical for houses of this age in this area. I'm back in the left corner, and I'm working my way up, and there's the other crack that goes with the other one. All right, and now I'm working my way up the left wall. I haven't seen any problem at all with the duct, with the joist. I haven't seen any problem with the insulation. Feels nice and dry in here. I am seeing right here where there may have been some standing water. Like you said, it might be during a heavy rain, it might be just kind of washing through the crawl space. All right, right here is another little crack. Again, nothing to be concerned about. Just kind of keep an eye on it, monitor it, make sure it doesn't get larger and smaller and larger and smaller. This looks to me like the dryer vent. I'm happy about that because it's solid metal, not that corrugated crap. So that's good. So I don't see an issue there. It looks like this joint here should be straight and it's not. So, you know, maybe a little TLC on this joint. But overall, it looks like it's in great shape. Nice to see solid metal instead of plastic vacuum cleaner. Okay, just take this opportunity to talk about the vents. These vents should be closed when it's cold, cold, cold outside, and they should be open the rest of the time. So I'd say 9 or 10 months out of the year, they should be open. Most people don't do it. It should be done. All right, and I've worked my way almost up to the front corner, the front left-hand corner. And usually by this time, and if I'm in the crawl space, I'm coughing and hacking out a lung or two. In this case, it's not happening, so it just kind of leads me to believe that the overall health of this crawl space is pretty good overall. Here, coming through the foundation vent is some vegetation. The vines have a way of working their way through, so that's not a good thing. That should be taken care of. Okay, and up on the front wall, again, we're seeing the little crack there. Again, nothing too concerning. You will notice on the front wall that there's more signs that the water is working its way through the block, and which is not at all surprising by the way that the land lays. So you are getting moisture that is piling up against the foundation wall, and as the water passes through the block, it will leave the deposit on the way out, and that's what you see right here. All right, and I'm near the front of the house, and there was a vent here. For whatever reason, it has been sealed off with styrofoam board and sealed around. I don't know what the story is with that. But if they closed off a vent, they should have opened up another vent about the same size, because you definitely want the underside of your house to breathe. Okay, now this is just an observation. It kind of feels to me, I don't have any meters on it or anything like that, but up on the front side of the house, it feels to me like the air is a little bit heavier, maybe got some more moisture in it. I'm looking up on the floor joist, and I noticed here that it appears that there's some discoloration. It does smear with my finger. So if you wanted to, you know, we could have the company come and look and see if that is mold or not, and then do an appropriate treatment. Certainly is not bad. Okay, and I'm up front dead center on the house now, and I'm around that little jog, and you'll notice that the floor joists here are a lot brighter. The air feels a little bit less heavy. And this is, there's a vent here that's not closed, a vent there that's not closed. Or my lungs told me there was something different going on is right here where the vent is closed. So that might be something you want to do, is get a little bit of ventilation going on in there. And up on the center beam, I just noticed there's a little discoloration here. And if you watch, when I hit it with my hand, it does smear, and some stuff going on up here. So you might want to talk to somebody about getting a mold treatment done. Okay, still up in the front, and you'll notice the pattern of the effluent right here. This tells me that there's a lot of water that's piling up on the front of the house, just as you said. Once it hits that foundation wall, it's got to go down or through the block, one or the other. So that's exactly what you're seeing here. So if you wanted to improve the condition, probably what you ought to think about doing is improving the drainage in the front of your house so that the water goes around your house instead of underneath of it. All right, and I'm up in the front right-hand corner, and it looks to me like there may be, from time to time, some standing water right here, just on the pattern on the cinder block. Peeling the vapor barrier back, and you can actually see the water in the ground right here. If you wanted to put in a sump pump, this would be a good location for it. And I'm working my way back from the front up there, back to the crawl door there, back around the right side of the house. And I noticed that the level of the ground right here is dipped down a little bit. That could have been where they dug the foundation out and they didn't backfill it. Or it could be due to something called subsidence of the ground. And that's where the ground would just subside underneath. If that were to happen, you would probably have some severe foundation issues, which I don't see. So it's probably just a matter of whoever did the foundation just didn't backfill great. Okay, and here's another previously repaired foundation crack. Same comment as the others. Nothing to worry about. Keep an eye on it. Okay, and here's another one right here underneath the vent. Again, very tiny.